G'day YouTubers, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I haven't done a blog in a while, but today I want to talk about urine therapy with neti potting. And what that is using one of these. It looks like a little teapot, which is a Indian thing. You can get them made out of plastic. I prefer something that's a bit more solid. Thus also with urine, it has the ability to pull out the petroleum out of plastic if it's in there too long. So try and use something a bit more ceramic, is a lot healthier. So basically you fill it with your urine and you put it in your nose and off you go and you let it run through. So the purpose of that is it's cleaning out the mucus in the nose, and it also helps clean out the ears as well. So they're all connected, our ear, nose and throat are all connected. So I'm just going to draw a little diagram because basically the way that your ear is connected is through the Urine passage, which is allowing air when you swallow into the ear passage and it releases it into the nostril passage. So when your ears are clearing, only happens when you swallow, the gunk flows into the back of the nose. So therefore it allows air into the ear as well, cleaning the ear, and it helps you make hearing properly. So if you've got blocked ears or blocked nasal passages, this process is really good. So I just draw a little diagram. Now forgive my little drawing attempts, I'm not a professional artist. So basically our ear and our little hole here, which is our ear hole, has the passage that runs through into your nose, this being your nose, and then of course your mouth. So the Urine passage is running into the nose. So you've got your middle ear around this section. So when you do swallow, it releases like a little trap door. So it allows whatever's coming in and the gunk in the passage to flow into the back of the nose, thus down the throat, and away you go. And allows the ear as well. You'll notice this when you're flying on airplanes and things, your ears get blocked up and things like that. When you swallow, you can feel the difference. And thus when you've got a cold and a flu, what's the first thing? Your ears are blocked, your nose is blocked, and you don't feel that great. So it helps by when we put the neti pot through the nostril, you'll notice the difference and you can feel it going into the ears, and it clears your ears, and you can smell better and you hear better as well. So that's kind of a basic diagram. Sorry cat, my star of attention here likes to be in my bathtub, so I'll just do something into the pot, excuse me. I use about one whole thing of neti potting. You can dilute. Now you got to remember that 95% of urine, just this much, is all water. So that only leaves you 5%. So let's go that 5%, say here. Now out of that 5%, 2.5% is urea. So urea has its great effects. Skin moisturizing, it has an ability to do cancer killing and all that sort of stuff. So the other 2.5% is full of all your other things. So you've got about 11 natural salts in urine. So that's salt minerals. So therefore those salt minerals are really good for when doing your nasal cleaning because it just strips it all out. So you've got your basically mineral salts, you've got things like your vitamins, your minerals, other minerals as well, not just mineral salts. You've got different components from estrogen if you're female, hormonal aspects to it, DNA aspects to it, all these sort of essential things. And that's only in 2.5%, remember, so 2.5%. So when you think of the 95% is just water, it doesn't seem that gross. So the concept of drinking urine for some is a little bit tough, but when you think about it, only 95% of that is water. It is potent though, and it can be potent. So your morning urine can be stronger than your evening urine, so it's weaker. So when you do the neti potting aspect, if you do it in the morning, it is quite powerful as opposed to when you do it at night. Now the beautiful thing about it, it's antispasmodic. So if you've got sneezing fits where you just keep having these spasms, it helps with that, which is great. It's antibacterial, so it kills the germs. So you think of all that stuff in your ear dripping into the back of your nostril and then down your throat. It's, it's gunk, and it's all that crap that comes through, pollutants and other things as well. So our body has the ability to fight these things, but that's great. So antibacterial is fantastic, antiseptic as well. It's non-toxic, which is great. And that's fresh urine. So if you leave urine for more than, say, 15 minutes, bacteria can develop. Now, some people talk about using old urine for different methods. I probably wouldn't recommend using old urine for this because the urea content is really quite potent and can actually burn, and it is really rough, and you can't really take that sort of urea hit. It's quite potent. So fresh is okay. Like I say, you can water it down if you're finding it a bit difficult and just do it, and extend to a couple of flushes and things like that. So that's the beauty of the urine therapy. Now, from experience, I had middle ear infection. It was so swollen. I couldn't do anything. I was on antibiotics. That didn't help. And then I did urine drops in my ear, and I did the nasal passage through neti potting, and it cleared up in 2 days, which is great. So if you've got a flu, it gets rid of all that gunk and makes you able to breathe faster than any other pill I know on the market. So if you've really got a heavy flu and you can't breathe through your nostrils, it cleans it out in like literally 5 minutes, and I put that to the test. It's great if you've got hay fever and problems with hay fever, so it cleans all those passengers out. And also you can put it in your eyes as well, so to reduce that redness and that ability too. So it's great for that aspect as well. All right, so that's kind of a little bit about the information of what's in urine. Neoplastins is another thing as well. There's anti-venom, there's all sorts of other things, but just for the nose, majority of what we're using it is mainly ideally for the salts. So those organic salts, 11 organic salts that come from your body, they're natural salts. And we know that there's different salts in our body, there's different salts in the planet. So, there's salts in vegetables and food, there's salts from the ocean and so forth. And that's why I prefer to use urine, so you don't get this clumping effect. I find this is like snorting, rocks. Sometimes it's really hard and it doesn't really do as much when you do that, the salt. This is a Himalayan salt, but I find urine much better and faster. All right, so we're going to go on the process of doing our first neti potting. In there is the urine, and you're not drinking it, you don't have to taste it, so this might gross people out a little bit. Now, when you do that sort of thing, use fresh, because fresh is sterile and it's non-toxic, so it's actually going to be very good for your ears. And I do it while it's still kind of warm, don't have to let it cool down. Usually with the neti pot container you get like salts, which is natural salts, and they say that that's anti-clumping and things like that, but to me that looks like a massive clump. And when you do salts and these sort of things, you can feel the residue stuck in your nose and things. So with the neti potting, I do half of that in one nostril and then the other half in the other nostril. Now, forewarn you, this is not a pretty thing. It's not a pretty sight, something you should do in the privacy of your own home. As I do it, I also swallow in the back of my throat. That helps open that trap, allowing it to clean the ears, and it also allows the air to flow so it can run through a nostril. So here we go. So usually in one nostril. Sometimes it takes a while. If your nose is really blocked, it might take a while to drip out the other nostril. Just be patient with it. If you find this too strong, dilute it with a bit of water as well. Maybe do 50-50, because the natural salts in your urine are going to really strip it through. So excuse the noises, and here we go. So stick it straight in like that. Now just tilt the head. And there it goes, running through. Now I swallow, just to allow to open up that little flap in the ear canal. And you feel a slight stinging in the back of your throat. possibly your eyes, and that's about half done. And I just blow out the rest. Now, still coming out. Now I can feel that already working into the ear channel as well. So now we do the other side. And you can do this with, a couple of times, just repeat it to clear it out. And I have to spit just to release it down the back of my throat, and also open that canal as well. So, I mean, people use natural salts. I think the fact by using urine, it is natural, and it runs freely. My nose is pretty clean at the moment. So if you've got a flu or something, that really takes a while to unblock. I just blow my nose. Straight away I hear it cleaning through my ear passage. I've tried this when I've had a flu and my nostrils were really blocked and my ears were really blocked, and I did this. I've done 2 procedures and it completely cleared my nostrils up in 5 minutes, where you can breathe so easily. Also, by doing urine therapy in the nostril, you're doing from the inside out through to the ear, and you can put drops in your ear and work on the outside in. So you can do both ways as well. So it's pretty simple. It's not a pretty thing, I know, but it works really well. It's great for middle ear infections because it cleans it all out as well, and it feels amazing. So thanks for watching, and I'll do some more vlogs as we go along. Happy practicing this amazing therapy for cleaning up all sorts of things. Till next time, cheers.